Hello everyone, we are Team Hack Hustlers and we are here representing our app named as Fraud Sheild in order to accommodate the fake or fraud transaction that come into the bank accounts of the many people and that led to the loss of large amount of money. So we have built an application. The flow of the application looks like this. At first we can sign in through using the Google, as you can see. Once you are signed in into the application, then you are required to fill basic details. Right now I'm just putting some random data in order to make the flow much easier, as you can see. And next you are expected to enter your Aadhaar and PAN number. Right now this is dummy data. Next, your bank name, your account number, IFSC code, and bank branch. On putting on the next, you can see all the details that has been entered by you during the initial login process. After this, we'll go to home. At home, you can see the transcript report. What are these transcript reports now? These are the generally reports that have contain your past transaction, that whether they contain the risks or not, based on your transaction amount or location or the time or various factors have been incalculated in order to calculate the risk score, which has been done by our model. As you can see, if you calculate the risk score, you can get overall summary of the risk score, that what transaction has been at what time it is and what who this transaction has taken, what are the factors that we are considering in order to calculate whether this transaction is actually fake or not. And on the other hand, you can also see the risk probability of the transaction. Apart from that, you can also generate a detailed transcript report if you face that your current transactions are fraud, so that you can submit it to the bank in order to ensure a complete integrity with the system. Next, apart from that, let me show you a complete demo by making a payment to the application and how it works. At this point of time, I'm just putting up some RAM data in order to make a payment to show you that how it works and detects the fake or fraud transaction and alerts the user based on that. Let's see. Now here I'm entering the basic detail which is for the transaction, and here let me enter the amount as some random, and as you can see, this is a very huge amount and it might go into the fraudulent section or might not go to the fraud. But let's proceed to the pay. Once we are processing the payment, as you can see, we have been alerted with the notification which shows that high risk and fraudulent transaction detected. As you can see, our list has been updated with another list which contains risk score 95% with the red color. On clicking that, you can completely get all the details which has been present in a transaction, at what type of transaction it is and at what amount of transaction it is and what type of card and why it has been considered as a high fraudulent transaction. Apart from that, you can get a risk probability score. And on the other hand, you can also generate a report of your fraud. As you can see, you can submit it to the bank in order to ensure that whether this transaction is fraud or not and what happened with the account. Second, we have also built a data insight. In data insight, what we are doing is we are generally web scraping. Means at initial system, what we are doing is we are generally taking the location of this user once he's entered into the system, and based upon that location, we are seeing the cyber attacks or threats that is being done in his location or the nearby area in order to make him aware about the news and other stuff. Then third is the profile section. As you can see, it shows the complete profile of the user, his details that has been entered in the initial section of the application. So this is all about our application. The reason for building this application is it provides a
Other than the app, we creating a website that contain the user details and the previous frauds happen with them and show in the admin dashboard. The heat map of the most registered cyber frauds in the area are showing in the form of map according to the current frauds and the previous 22 years of the data. The most fraud area shows in red, then yellow, then in less fraud area shows in green.